Exmoor, in the southwest of England. So far from the bright lights, it's one of the darkest places in Europe, a place where the clock change is felt most keenly. Out here on Exmoor, the light pollution is so minimal that when it gets dark, it really gets dark. That dark envelops you. But there are advantages to the darkness. But for that, you have to look upwards. Exmoor is one of only 15 dark sky reserves in Europe, where the darkness is regarded as a treasured commodity, a chance to feast your eyes on the unspoiled heavens. But when the night comes, the people of Exmoor hunker down.
I dread it. I don't like the idea of the darker nights, and I don't like the change, because sometimes that puts me out for a week or so. It feels weird.
Maria's not the only one. The British Sleep Society has campaigned for years to abolish the practice. Turning back time, they say, is bad for our health.
When we shift our schedule, it's basically like we're living in a different time zone. So here in the UK, when we go into daylight saving time, it's like we're living in Europe. And that mismatch of our schedules and the sun time can potentially lead to health consequences, sleep consequences.
And figures are as stark as they are dark. Some studies show a 24% increase in heart attacks and a 7% rise in suicide rates when the clocks change. Britain's Automobile Association says it's recorded an average of 11% more crashes. And it's not just humans that feel it, animals too.
Now, apparently there's 14% increase in roadkill deaths the 3 weeks after the clocks change, because the animals are used to moving around at the same times, but humans suddenly shift their movements by an hour.
Daylight saving time was introduced to most of Europe during the First World War. By switching the clocks forward an hour in spring, farmers get an extra hour's daylight on summer evenings and on winter mornings. But times have changed. Farming has changed.
You know, a dairy farmer, he's got to milk his cows when they need milk, and if it's in the middle of the night, the light thing probably doesn't interfere with them a great deal, really.
Public opinion is mixed. 46% of Brits favour keeping the clock changes. 42% favour scrapping them.
It's very old-fashioned, and the disruption causes more hassle than the benefits.
But retailers, sports clubs, restaurants and pubs wouldn't agree. They say the extra hours evening light in summer is good for business. The European Commission tried to abolish the system back in 2018. 84% of Europeans were in favour back then, but the measure was never implemented. A major disruption to sleep patterns, or a harmless way of bookending the seasons. The debate over the clock change will continue in the minutes, the hours, the weeks and the years to come. Jeff Moody, CGTN, Exmoor.